Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Kawasaki Z400. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you whether or not this bike right here is a good buy or if you should be saying goodbye. But before we do that, I do want to take a second to say thank you so much. We did it. We hit 2,000 subscribers. None of this would be possible without you, the viewer. So from the bottom of my heart, seriously, thank you. Boring. One last thing before we continue. You have a chance to win a $25 Revzilla gift card. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment at the bottom of this video that says Revzilla gift card. That's it. There's only about 10 people entered right now to win this card. Everybody gets one entry. No matter how many comments you leave on my other videos, you get one entry. There are less than 20 people on the list right now, which means that your chances are still pretty good. Drawing takes place on December 28th, 2022. After that, no more entries. If you're seeing this video and it's past that date, maybe check out some of my other content. Who knows? Maybe I do other giveaways.
You serious, Clark?
But enough of that. Let's get into the video. So let's talk about the Z400 specifications. This bike is powered by a 399cc parallel twin engine with a flat plane crank. It churns out right around 49 horsepower, and if my memory serves me correctly, it's right around 30 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs in at only 363 pounds, meaning it's super lightweight and nimble. If I recall correctly, the seat height is right around 30.7 inches, which is great for those of you who are vertically challenged. I do want to show you me sitting on this bike. I'm about 6'1" for reference, and I fit on it pretty well. My knees tucked right into the tank where they've beveled it out. My feet are directly underneath of me. They're not super far back like a lot of super sports, and that's what part of makes a naked bike so attractive for many. You're nice, upright, have great control over the bike, and you get to stay comfortable, which means that you get to ride longer in the day because you experience less fatigue. The bike also has a slipper clutch, and from Kawasaki comes with a 1-year warranty. This is a used bike we're going to be riding today, but it is just as stock as the day it rolled off of the showroom floor. There really aren't many more specifications that we can cover that you can't just Google yourself, and I'm not going to sit here and bore you with that, so let's get into the test ride.
And hello everybody, welcome to the test ride. This is our usual route. We're going to do some roundabouts. We're going to do a 0 to 60 test. It is a cold day here in Missouri at about 45 degrees. This will probably, no, I'm going to be definitive on this. This will be the last goodbye or goodbye series video for 2022 season. The series will come back and I will do more bikes in 2023. At this point in the year, it's December 13th. It's incredibly cold, like every day now. I was lucky to get a day this warm to be able to film this video, and it's on a naked bike, so I'm still pretty darn cold. That's one thing naked motorcycles are not known for, is wind protection, because, well, naked is in the name.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
These little Z400s are pretty fun machines. They're so lightweight, you can really fly into turns with them, and you can manipulate it underneath of you with ease. And they really do instill confidence in beginner riders. It's a machine that you can kind of grow with. It's in a weird spot for an entry-level bike at 400 cc's, but I think that little bit of extra punch can also teach you discipline whenever you're trying to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Once you grow into the bike, you're able to really use all of that power on the street, and I think that's what is so lovely about the Ninja 400 and the Z400 motorcycles from Kawasaki. They're quite zippy, they're quick, but they're not fast. They're not slow by any means, faster than most mid-sized sedans in America. Top end is where they lack, and that is just the nature of a small displacement motorcycle. I'm trying to let the bike get warmed up before I open the throttle up. And don't quote me on this, but I want to say the naked version of the Z400 compared to the Ninja 400 is geared maybe a little bit more friendly for the streets, and the Ninja 400 is a little bit taller for those of us who are more track oriented or want a bike that has a little bit better top end. Whew, this thing has not been ridden in a while. So we pull these motorcycles out every day at the store I work at, and they just kind of sit there and idle, which is really just the bike going through a heat cycle and getting unnecessary moisture buildup throughout the entire system. So it's a little lax right now. It's kind of cutting out. Yeah, this bike isn't running as good as it should be. That's not good. Feels like I'm losing power almost. Well, this isn't going to be the most ideal goodbye or goodbye video, but I'm still going to try to ramble and provide some insight as to why I like this bike and why you should or should not be buying one. Very easy to manage and maintain. Parallel twin engine means it's compact, lightweight, parts are pretty cheap. Also, the aftermarket support for these bikes is pretty darn good. A lot of fender eliminators, a lot of exhausts, blinkers, all sorts of different stuff you can do. Oh man, this is not great. I gotta get this thing back. Just as I'm like praising it for being such a good motorcycle, of course, this would be the result.
What an idiot!
Yeah, it feels like it's got a miss. I'm sure the plugs are probably fouled, which is fine. Seating for taller riders, maybe 6'2" and above, you're probably going to be a little cramped on this bike. But for those of you who are significantly shorter, you're going to have a great time on this machine with a low seat height and the lightweight. It's very confidence inspiring. She wants to accelerate so bad and she just can't because the spark plugs are probably crap. She's slowly coming to life. It is quite nimble though. This bike moves around very well. Super great for building your confidence. So if you're a new rider and you're looking at lightweight options to build confidence, this is something you should seriously consider. The Z400 is a super popular machine. Again, kind of harkening back to that parallel twin motor, giving you a little bit extra power jump compared to the other entry-level like 300cc motorcycles. This one's just a little bit higher. I think Kawasaki's going to have their hands full though with the CF Moto 450 whenever that comes to the US. If you missed that, check out this video that I posted a little while ago. It gives you quite a good rundown of some specs on the bike, what's to be expected in terms of pricing and all that good stuff. Man, I can't tell if I've worked the moisture out of this machine system. It certainly feels better. Oh man, now we're coming to life. I think we're going to continue with the test ride. Let's turn around. It is so cold. My hands are freezing. My knees are freezing. So I really enjoy the Z400 for its tame, forgiving manner, but it can still be pretty enthralling when you want it to be, and you can use all of the power on the street. All 49 ponies that it has to offer, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this bike actually has a pretty darn good power to weight ratio. And you can really manipulate it underneath of you. So going into these turns, you can lean it pretty dang far over. It just rained a little bit earlier today, so I'm not going to be pushing it too hard, but it does feel firmly planted. And that 11,500 or 12,000 RPM red line, that is pretty gratifying going all the way up to there. Feels really good. Very linear delivery of power. And it's like, yeah, it's just a little 400. It's flat out screaming. But it is so much fun to ride this bike fast because it's slow. And while the rider in this video may be breaking the speed limit, it's just too hard not to when you're on a motorcycle, man. What am I supposed to do? Abide by the rules? I think not. Feels great, man. Very composed. I could see though where the suspension is definitely leaning more towards street orientation and being a little soft. But it's fun to ride, and that's a big variable when you're looking at motorcycles. If it's too powerful and you can't use the power on the street, what fun is that? If it's too big and too heavy for you, what fun is that? But if you can use the power, you feel confident on it, the bike makes you feel cool, that's fun. And that's part of what motorcycling's all about, is having fun. Spending your money on items that may not be necessary, but can enhance the quality and enjoyment that you get out of your life. Wow, did I just become a philosopher or something? Let's do a 0 to 60 test. Here we go, not a professional, not gonna claim to be one. 3, 2, 1, go! 60. And then look at that, it's a freaking commuter motorcycle too. I'm going 70 miles an hour in 6th gear and I'm barely cracking 7,000 RPM. And if it redlines at 12, let's do the math on that. Let's see, carry the 1. I have 5,000 more RPM to just open up and continue pouring it on. Let's get tucked. 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Can the motorcycle do 100 miles per hour? Yes, it can. Should you do it for sustained periods of time? And is this the best bike to do it on?
No.
No. Good Lord. It is so cold. This sucks. But I do it for you, YouTube. Man, just riding a naked bike in the wintertime is not a good idea. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't 45 degrees and you were in a headwind doing 70 miles per hour, so the wind chill was really like 25 degrees. In the summertime, it'd probably be pretty enjoyable with a nice warm breeze if it was about 85 degrees outside. Anyway, now we're going to see if this thing wheelies, and little FYI, in 2023 that will probably discontinue. These are not my motorcycles, and it's kind of a privilege that I get to do this, so I think I'm gonna not do the wheelie test anymore and be respectful of someone else's asset. Anyway, let's see if it does it. Yeah, there's one. I'll be content with that. I wish I was better at wheelies. If you want to know how to start doing wheelies, check out my quick tutorial guide. You can find it in the link at the top right of this video. It's not a super in-depth procedure, but it should be more than enough to get you going so that you can start pulling that front wheel off the ground and feeling cool while doing it. And now's the part where we give our verdict on who this bike is for and whether or not you should buy it, so let's get into that. This is a pretty basic motorcycle with not a ton of features, but enough features that it's a very attractive option for anyone who's looking at a beginner or entry-level motorcycle to consider and have it as a candidate in the running for your first beginner motorcycle. So if you're looking for something that's very nimble, very lightweight, very approachable, and not intimidating, with enough power that you can grow with and not grow out of immediately, then for you, I would say this motorcycle is a really, really good buy. If you're a beginner rider, but you've ridden motorcycles most of your life, maybe off-road, then I still think you could get along with one of these really well, but you're going to move on pretty quick and be desiring more and more power. So if that's your situation, or your situation is along the lines of, I want a bike that I can really grow with and get a ton of use out of because it's got more than ample power for a beginner to start with, but also grow with, then I would say this bike probably isn't for you. You should be looking at something in the 650 class or the 600cc Super Sport class. That's going to give you a lot more use out of that bike for its lifetime and for your sake, along with the monetary aspect of it as well. So for that reason, if that applies to you, this is goodbye. That's going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. I want to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart for 2,000 subscribers. We'll set a new goal for next year, and who knows, maybe we'll crush it, maybe we'll get there, maybe we won't. Don't forget, you do have a chance to win that $25 RevZilla gift card. All you've got to do is leave a comment at the bottom of this video that says RevZilla gift card. That's it. It's that easy. With that, we're going to conclude the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and ride safe.